been raised following that unfortunate shooting of a peaceful Kenyan.
Definitely. It's quite unfortunate and sad.
All right, let's shift focus now. Protesters united in grief and rage were met not just by riot gear and rifles, but by a new weapon in the crackdown playbook.
Border riders turned in forces allegedly recruited and deployed by shadowy state actors. These groups descended into the crowds with violent force, leaving behind a trail of looted shops, broken windows and shattered public trust.
Now, witnesses say police stood aside, watching unmoved as the destruction unfolded.
The supposed keepers of the peace allowed the chaos to reign, turning the city into a battlefield.
Now, Grace Ganga with the story of a police system accused not just of inaction, but of collusion.
It all began last Thursday, and the peaceful protest by Gen Z protesters who are seeking justice for Albert Ojwang, who was killed in police custody, soon turned into a nightmare. Their placards of hope were met with fire and fear as the march was hijacked by shadowy figures that are suspected state-sponsored agents of chaos who unleashed a wave of looting and torched vehicles in broad daylight. Tuesday, things got worse. Take a look at this video. Armed men wielding sticks, face masked in cowardice, stalked the city, and the escort of police turned the streets of Nairobi into a stage of terror.
Goons sent by the Sakaja, Gaucho, and the government. The police have been watching the goons terrorize innocent people. We managed to get one of them, but they're still regrouping. They just beat people up, people who are just minding their business.
The police lorries are everywhere. They were surrounding us all day for 15 of us. And then they let 30 goons come, steal people's camera, whip people, piga coffee. We tried to unmask them because we don't tolerate it. We're not scared.
The city held its breath as a convoy of motorbikes bearing masked riders with wooden clubs swarmed through Nairobi. Their identities hidden, their intentions clear. Robbery in broad daylight, mocking the very foundation of justice they came to tear apart. Several people were robbed of their mobile phones, cash and personal belongings. In a twist that defies logic, the very police known for dispersing peaceful gatherings with batons and tear gas stood back. At that moment, there were spectators in uniform. They left the self-proclaimed goons roam the city like predators in a deserted jungle. Their mission? To drown out the voices of peace with fists and fear, to derail a movement by planting chaos in the peaceful protest. Meanwhile, as the goons continued to unleash terror on protesters, their escape routes were already planned. The goons hopped back on their motorbikes and vanished into the city's sprawling streets, leaving behind tears, blood, and ashes. All as police stood idly as if a silent code had been enforced. Protect the armed, ignore the innocent. In one incident, a motorbike was set ablaze as an angry mob turned on one of the hired thugs. The infusion came days after Nairobi Governor Johnson Sakaja condemned the protest that took place last week, saying there was no room for violence or destruction of property in the capital.
Last week walinipata unawares. Warudi tena. Wajaribu tena. We will protect the city, the capital city. Wasijaribu. Yani, si wanasema kuna siku wanakuja? Wajaribu.
Sasa Sakaja, wewe unapenda sheria. Wewe umekuja hapa. Sisi tunakutuma kwamba Nairobi ibaki salama.
What is emerging is an unholy marriage of state and street bound by a shared desire for dissent, acting in tandem and unchecked. In this dance of brutality, they have become one force, masked in different faces, yet marching to the same drumbeat of repression. Grace Nganga KTN.
KANU chairperson Gideon Moi has